So, what would happen if the dragon riders actually met elder dragons? Like, what would happen if we put the elder dragons from Monster Hunter versus, well, into the How to Train Dragon universe? I wouldn't slaughter the dragon riders like that. Eh. So, let's make this a quick rundown. Some temporal anomaly happens. Hiccup, Astrid, Snotlout, fish legs, rough and tough nut. And you could even say Dagger and Heather as well. So they are dragon riders. And we could also say Valka and what's the pretty guy's name? Um Eric. Yeah, we'll say those guys. We'll call them the dragon riders for the rest of this video. What we say a temporal anomaly happens. And Zorah Magdaros shows up. So we'll say Zorah Magdaros comes through this temporal anomaly, and then the Elder Dragons come through into different locations everywhere around the globe. So what would happen there? Well, I think with the Elder Dragons being unfamiliar and, well, scared, understandably, it's a new world they're in. I think havoc would happen. Burke would see, well, the entire world would see changes they would have never saw with Kusha Molo, Kusha something. Hold on, let me look up that name real quick. I know I got it saved here in my gallery. Hold on. The Wind Dragon, crap. I think it was Kushla. Was it Kusha? I don't remember. I remember Vaal, haazak, Tertosa, Zorah Magdaros, Namiel, Nergigante, dagnabbit, what was his name? Kushaka, Mustard. Okay, let me just look it up here real quick. Okay. It's Kushla Dora. Kushla Dora. Okay, Kushla Dora. The one next to Tertosa. You know, the lion one. Okay, that's Kushla. That's Tertosa. Nergigante, Vaal, haazak. Sorry. Then you got Zorah Magdaros and what is it? You got Namiel and, well, dagnabbit, what is the other one's name? I forgot the blue one up there. Dagnabbit. Kushla Teostra. Okay. So Nergigante, Teostra, Kushla Dora, Vaal, haazak, Zorah Magdaros, xenojiva. Okay? I got them all now. I'm going to remember those names. So Nergigante, Teostra, Kushla Dora, Vaal, haazak, Zorah Magdaros, and xenojiva. We can also add Velkhana, Namiel, and what's his name? Shara, ishvalda. Okay? Shara, ishvalda. So what if these guys all showed up in the How to Train Your Dragon franchise, world, planet? It's never been established as a universe. Probably is a universe. But you know, dragons and humans, they share the same planet. Whole lore behind them. So what would happen then? Well, I think long story short, I think catastrophic things will happen. I think a lot of people will head towards Burke, and a lot of people and a lot of tribes will head there as well. Probably complaining. We see a lot of chiefs there complaining as well. You know, Stoic is still alive at the time with his skull crusher, because you know I actually love Stoic being alive and stuff. So we're gonna say everyone's alive. We're gonna say Stoic somehow survived How to Train Your Dragon 2. Eret has a, what would Eret have? I think Eret would have a snaffle thing instead of a skull crusher, because it would make more sense in my opinion. And yeah. So we would get the Berserkers, the Valkyries, everyone that Burke has met. They would all go like, hey, you realize there's these dragons here. They're so much more powerful than any dragon ever seen, any dragon ever mentioned. There's not even one in the Book of Dragons. And each one gives a description of how many there are. Fish legs and, Hiccup. Well, fish legs being the drawer that he is, starts trying to draw out the dragons. He gets a good, I guess not an accurate picture, but I think he would get an image of each one. Nergigante, Teostra, Kushla Dora, Vaal, zorah, um, xenojiva, and Velkhana, and Shara. So what happens then? Well, the dragon riders, all of them, even Stoic on his rubber horn, Eric's on his snaffle fang, and all that. They all, Heather and Dagger as well, with Volca, they all go out there to search for these dragons. Do they split up? I'd say at first, yes, they do. I think the first one they would spot is Zorah Magdaros. Zorah Magdaros is looking for a good place to rest, and we see other creatures, even Titan level dragons fleeing from him. We see a wildebeest swimming away. Okay, that is something you don't see. That's something you wouldn't see in How to Train Your Dragon, and I think it would be pretty cool to have. Then you would see shellfires, summer rippers actually going away, like moving, rapidly moving, as Zorah Magdaros actually takes a spot to rest, okay? So Hiccup and Fish Legs, which would be probably the first group to discover them, would actually take notes of Zorah Magdaros, each one. Like, size, they probably wouldn't get his weight because the dude is basically the size of a freaking mountain. And they would note his abilities. So I guess agitating Zorah Magdaros would be the option, and Zorah Magdaros would be like, oh, okay, I see I'm gonna have to shoot some lava at you. Okay, give me a second. Blah! And then they would dodge the bullet, blast the lightning, and then retreat. Okay? The next one I could see would be, we'll say the girls go out. Well, except for Tough Nut, because she has to stay with her brother. So we'll say Rough and Tough actually discover Vaal haazak, and they don't attack him. Vaal haazak is actually a pretty chill dragon. But they get close. They get close enough. And they actually see Vaal haazak actually drain the life and threaten the life of Barf and Belch, as he's able to drain the life force from other creatures. I even think the dragons would be susceptible to that. We see him drain maybe a couple normal dragons. We see monsters like nightmares lie dead or dying on the floor. A couple drop millions, maybe a singed tail or two. Maybe some dragons like speed stingers as well, like you wouldn't see. So yeah, I think Rough, Tough, and Snotlout would definitely take note of that and get out of there as quick as possible. The next one I could see meeting Teostra would be meeting Teostra. Teostra is a pretty chill elder dragon as well. And definitely, don't get too close. I think that would be a bad thing. And I could see Stoic and Valka, husband and wife, actually meeting Teostra and just catch him napping. Stoic, actually wants to get close, but then, Teostra wakes up and is like, looks at him like, buddy, do you really want to do that? I'm not in the mood. Stoic, then you see him growl, the rumble horror growl, and then, Teostra actually takes that chance and looks at it like it's food. Stoic and them get out of there as quick as possible, but not before seeing another dragon pretty much get pounced on and pretty much ripped to shreds. We wouldn't see it, but the way they look, yeah, it would be bad. Let's say it's a changeling, because elder dragons would be capable of smelling and sniffing out a changeling pretty quickly. So Teostra pretty much killing and eating a changeling. I can see that. The next one, I could see Astrid, Heather, and Dagger encountering Nergigante and Vaal and Kushla Dora. Now, you might say, why are Nergigante and... Well, actually, you know what? Let's change that up a bit. I could see Astrid and Heather encountering Kushla Dora. A pretty chill, pretty calm wind dragon, unless he's hungry, like every other creature. I can see Kushla Dora actually, what would he hunt? I would say let's use speed stingers. Speed stingers are some of the fastest dragons out there. Kushla Dora is the dragon of the wind. Actually, would be fast enough to use the wind to his advantage, which would make him at least supersonic since he's able to conjure up these tornadoes. So yeah, I think Kushla Dora would definitely be able to pretty much rapidly catch a speed stinger faster than any other dragon. I think that would be a good sighting. We see Astrid and Heather looking at this weird tornado formation, and we see the speed stingers running, right? But then the speed stingers get snatched up, and then we see Kushla Dora expel the tornado, and he's got like 3 or 5 speed stingers in his mouth. Yeah, we know how that's gonna go. Munch, munch, and crunch. Like, oh geez. Now, the scariest encounter would be Dagger and Eret meeting Nergigante. Now, what would Nergigante be? I think it would be a great death. I think it would be a dragon graveyard. Okay? Because here's the thing, though. We're gonna just change the origin a little bit. Like, okay, let's say Nergigante just feeds on whatever he wants to. Let's say he just doesn't eat elder dragons, because, we're gonna need the elder dragons for what I'm about to do. So we get Nergigante actually, we just get Nergigante chilling, feeding on a couple dragons. We see let's see, we actually see him drag out we actually see a, whatchamacallit, we actually see a Rumblehorn, a Catastrophic Quaking. That would be better. We see Catastrophic Quaking running for his life. Dagger and Eret are looking at it, looking in a distance or whatever. Sorry, let me take this drink of water real quick. My throat actually hurts. Sorry about that. Okay. So, we get Kushla Dora. Sorry, we get them watching a Catastrophic Quaking actually run for its life. Dagger and Eret are looking confused and actually are mounting their dragons to see if they can want it to go down. But then all of a sudden you hear a massive roar and boom, Nergigante pounces out and just gores, rams into the Quaking, smashing it into the side of into a side of a dragon skeleton, and it is out cold. Nergigante bites into his throat, thrashes it around a bit, because Nergigante is the most violent of the elder dragons, and bam, and throws it, and the Catastrophic Quaking is done. We see that Dagger takes note of the bones. They all have teeth marks, and that they're all fresh, which means Nergigante has been, feeding on a couple of different kinds of dragons, or at least any dragon he can get his hand on. So, yeah, he's pretty much eating what he can, kind of like stress eating, because, it's meant to be chaos. Xenojiva, I think, would be encountered by the Valkyries as a much more majestic dragon. Velkhana, I think, would be a dragon that the Burkians spot, circling. Maybe Velkhana is actually hunting maybe a Skuldrin or two, or maybe it's actually hunting a Submaripper. I think these elder dragons are capable of doing that. So yeah, we can see Xenojiva being worshipped by the Valkyries. Xenojiva's like, y'all better worship me. Y'all gonna have to live. So then again, what about the other elder dragon? Shara ishvalda. So what about that dragon? I think that dragon would be the main antagonist for, the series. Because that thing is actually much more of a threat to elder dragons as a whole. We would see Hiccup actually bring everyone together and discuss their next plan. Because, well, he's a dragon expert. He kind of started this. So they're going to actually say that, well, what is Hiccup's going to say to the people, right? They don't know nothing about these dragons. They're completely new. They don't even have a species set for them. We don't even know their names. So yeah, they're kind of up in what ifs about this. They don't know what to do, what to plan, or what to expect from these dragons. They're all capable of killing other dragons. They're much bigger than the other dragons, and they're much more powerful than probably even their own dragons. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that well, they really don't know what to do. Honestly, I think it would be very interesting to see how things play out. But maybe I think Hiccup will probably be able to tame or at least reach out to Teostra and well, Teostra, Velkhana, and Kushla. I think Hiccup will be able to not tame them, but to at least form a bond with them to the point where he's able to understand why they're here. They're scared, they don't know why, and they have their own problems as well. They're all running. Nergigante, however, I could see, him being the last dragon that they go to. So Vaal haazak would probably be a dragon where, um, you know, he's pretty chill. They don't bother him. Hiccup kind of like gets his attention in sort of a majestic and peaceful way. And, I guess he gives him, like, the biggest fish possible. Maybe some Atlantic cod or whatever. Vaal haazak, wins him over somehow. Maybe some carrion. Okay. So maybe some carrion type of fish or whatever. Maybe some dead fish. And you win over Vaal haazak. Then we get, xenojiva, being with the Valkyries as long as she has. She likes humans. And Velkhana is pretty much a chill dragon. Like, literally, it's pretty much a friendly dragon. You can walk next to it. You can sit next to it. You can even do your own thing next to it. So, at the end of the day, I can see probably Astrid and Heather maybe going to Velkhana and xenojiva. Considering that, well, it's pretty normal. So, yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's pretty normal. I think xenojiva and Velkhana would be tamed by the girls. And yeah, I think it would be just like that. They all go together. And, Nergigante, who is the most powerful of the Elder Dragons, would be probably be relieved to see other Elder Dragons, at least the ones that he knows. But then again, he would be like, okay, do I need to kill some humans real quick? Then like, no, but nah. You see, we kind of need their help, and we can all get, well, maybe not out of here, but we can at least find a place to live here. So then we get to the Shara ishvalda arc or whatever. So what happens there? I could see Shara ishvalda actually being one of the toughest and pretty much the final boss type of that series or the movie. I think it would be a good 1 hour movie to show the Elder Dragons. Zorah Magdaros, I don't think would participate because that dude is just too big and wouldn't even make the fight interesting. Just stomp, the end. And then, we actually see Nergigante do the MVP thing at the end. And, he actually, he comes in as Ruiner Nergigante. We could say he's probably the first one to die at the hands of Shara ishvalda. We'll say he dies first, and that happens. Okay? He fights him solo, gives it a good fight, but eventually dies. Then the other Elder Dragons, they all jump him. Okay? They all jump him. They go at it. They start tearing him limb from limb and stuff, but it's not enough. The Dragon Riders and their dragons jump in the best that they can, but it's not enough. Then we see, they think it's their end. We see the Elder Dragons injured. We see the dragons, the dragons injured. The DreamWorks dragons injured or whatever. That's what I meant to say. The DreamWorks dragons are injured. And we see the humans. We see Hiccup is about to be eaten by the dragon. and then all of a sudden the mountain or the location they're at starts to erupt, and then no one is able to see Nergigante's body anywhere anymore. And then boom, we see Ruiner Nergigante actually pop out, does the 360 spin into Shara ishvalda, gets in there, beats the snot out of that elder dragon or elder dragon killer or whatever, pins it down, bites its neck, rips its throat out, and then gives out his mighty roar at the end. And so, yeah, we see everyone looking like, did you see that? Yo, he just ripped his throat out, bro. I think there's blood. We can see like Hiccup and you can probably see Hiccup and Dagger probably throw up or something. So stuff like that. So, yeah. I think at the end of the day, if we do this the How to Train Dragon thing, we could see probably Hiccup, or probably, sorry, not Hiccup. We could see the other Elder Dragons bow to Ruiner Nergigante as their, I guess, as the king of the Elder Dragons, as the alpha of them. And then we see, a moment where Toothless actually bows to Ruiner Nergigante, seeing as he is an Elder Dragon. And now that makes Ruiner Nergigante the alpha until they can find pretty much a means to go home. So yeah, at the end of the day, I think How to Train Dragon would actually be a lot more chaotic and a lot more interesting if you add the Elder Dragons, because they really don't have any dragons that could bend elements like they do. A Singed Tail can't bend fire the way Teostra does. I think a Snow Wraith or whatever cannot bend. Sorry, a Bewildered Beast cannot bend ice the way Velkhana does, or like xenojiva, or have an intimidating posture like zorah magdos. I think it would be very interesting on How to Train Your Dragon goes. I think what's his name? Grimmel. Yeah, if Grimmel actually came by and wanted the Night Fury, he wouldn't get it, because he would have to deal with the Elder Dragons. I think How to Train Your Dragon 3 and would be very different, in my opinion, because, well, I could make a whole video about that, but long story short, Grimmel dies, dragons get to stay in the free world. Okay? I think that would happen. I think we would get an actual scene where Nergigante or one of the other Elder Dragons actually eats the guy, eats Grimmel. And they probably eat the Death Stingers or Death Grippers as well. So, yeah, at the end of the day, I think it is what it is, you guys. I think Grimmel would die, and the dragons will be able to stay in the free world, because they have guardians. Oh, and Zorah Magdaros would still go through his life cycle, and I think Burke would actually get a lot more than, dragons this time. They would have wyverns there. Wyverns, that would be bigger than dragons, bigger than, a lot of things, okay? The Elder Dragons are already bigger than their dragons, already more powerful than their dragons. Add Legiana, Rathalos, Rathien, Rajang, creatures of that caliber. And How to Train Your Dragon's world just got even better, and the explorations continue, okay? So long story short, Elder Dragons benefit and tear up the How to Train Your Dragon universe. They flip that script upside down and all around. But let me know what you guys think. Another one will be coming out with this, but but with Daenerys Targaryen and the Elder Dragon. So comment down below, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. This is Legendary Ghidorah, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.